Sam's an Everton fan. Sam, welcome. How are you?
Oh, hi there, Gideon. Thank you so much for having me on. I just want to say, just before we have a shout out to Vialli this evening, a great player, will be well missed. And people have been saying all sorts of things about him, and I think he was terrifying. That's the word I would use whenever he used to play for Italy. He was absolutely terrifying. But anyway, sorry, back to the subject. Back to the subject. I thought we didn't play too bad this evening. I was actually on talkSPORT earlier today because there was a question of whether we would what team we should play this evening. And I said we should just play the children, get knocked out, and concentrate on the league. But actually, I thought we actually played quite well this evening. But I just think overall, the last, I was saying to your producer, we've got from Moyes, who constantly kept us in the top 6, 7. We even got Champions League one season, although we got unfairly knocked out. Remember that? We've gone from, we took Martinez, who got relegated from Wigan, Koeman from Saints, Allardyce was a joke. And then it was still, we had Big Dunk, who was the fans' favourite. And then, the big say was Ancelotti, and then obviously Benitez, which everyone hated. And then Lampard. They've spent so much money. And just as up to you guys are pros, I just don't get how you could spend that much money. And
listen to this, though. Sam, listen to this, though. Like, you guys, you spent the money. You spent the money. But then you've had too many managers. You got to commit to one and then spend the money and commit to him and say, listen, you're going to make it work. That's
exactly.
Because if I'm coming back in and I'm a manager and I'm coming to your club and then the players that you bought last year and I'm not there, the players that you bought last year, I didn't sign them, so I might not be my style of play, So do
you remember the big thing was Ancelotti and Arteta, and everyone said that Ancelotti should have gone Arsenal and Arteta should have gone Everton, as in being an Everton legend. And they've stuck with him.
Yeah.
And look at the results now. I mean, do you think?
Yeah, but it wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that Ancelotti jumped ship, though. That's one thing I've got to say. Maybe you was on to work into a good thing there. That was probably the turning point where to say, we're going to have to change again and change again. Maybe that one thing there, you got the right manager, but he just didn't want to stay there. That's all it was for me.
Fair. But do you think, at the moment, obviously with Lampard, for example, I mean, obviously Arteta never had Arsenal in 17th or 18th. Do you think we should? I don't have a solution of who we could.
I do. I know what your solution is. Sack your board. Sack the board, mate. That's not your problem. It's all right pointing fingers at managers. Like Collins just said there, you've had 9 years.
I agree.
You've had 9 years. And look at some of the pedigree of some of those people that have been in charge of Everton Football Club. Above those people, there is professional incompetence, mate. You cannot spend over 500 million quid bringing the dross that you brought in and people to be able to remain in position and everything else just to be hunky-dory in their world, whereas everybody else gets the blame for stuff. No, at the end of the day, there's got to be accountability. I understand that your man, Mr. Mashiri, he's your guy with the door. It seems to me that he has been given a ridiculous amount of bad advice. He's been pointed in the wrong direction. And therefore, the people that are pointing him in the wrong direction, if they are proper Everton people and claim to be Everton fans, they need to hold their hand up and say, you know something? I'm not the person for Everton right now. I'm going to walk away. And then what Mr. Mashiri needs to do is employ people that actually know what they're doing to give you a proper identity and a real vision for going forward. Because until that happens, this is going to continue to happen. And this year, mate, you've scraped the barrel for so many years. You've been flirting with relegation through the whole course of the Premier League, if we're dead honest, apart from that Moyes tenure when he managed to do the Champions League stuff. If this could be the year. And if this is the year, that's disastrous for you. This could be a Leeds thing, mate, where you've gone for 15, 20 years.
Do you know they've had 3 directors of football as well? So there's no direction.
Rubbish.
There's no direction. 3
Rubbish,
directors
mate.
of football.
It's incompetence.
It's just too much.
Any other line of business, people get sacked for this stuff. But no, they're allowed to keep the position and they all just keep,
changing the manager. Changing the manager. Blame the manager.
It's the manager's fault. Blame the manager. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I feel for every Everton fan.
The trick's worn out now, isn't it? that trick, blame the manager's worn out. So hopefully they can get it right now because it's getting to be a joke.
Absolutely. Anyway. I think we've got Ben. Is Ben an Everton fan? Can we get Ben on?
Yes, speaking. How you guys?
Ben, welcome, man.
How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
No, so I'm on the way back. I'm an Everton fan with my mates here, and I'm getting a lot of grief for this. But obviously, the current squad we have, you know, we can moan about Mashiri, like the money isn't there. Yeah, it's not there. However, I think we've actually got probably a spine of a team with a good defensive players there. And I think Lampard isn't the guy to keep us in the league. Yeah, albeit he did it last season. However, I don't think, you know, there's better teams than there's, you know, we're in the 3 worst teams. And I think getting a guy like Sam Allardyce back, I know it's unpopular.
To steady the ship.
Mate, listen, you're talking about short-term fixes.
Yeah.
This is not a short-term fix. You have to look longer.
Yeah, great. If we look longer, we'll be in the Championship.
Mate, listen, if that's what it takes in order to sort your football club out, then you've got to do that.
Yeah, but if we look long-term, mate, like the short-term will come, we'll be in the Championship. We can't put our faith in youth at the moment, can we? Because Anthony Gordon, he's not stepped up. We should have in the summer taken 60 million for him, reinvested that a little bit, and get some stability in.
It's all right saying reinvest it. You've spent 500 million on Dross. You've just told me that you've got players there that have a spine of a team. Tell me who the spine of the team is then. Who is it? Name the players. Who are they?
Who defensive players? We've got Cody. We've got Tarkovsky.
Rubbish. He's rubbish, mate. He's rubbish. Yeah. Wolves didn't want him. He's rubbish.
I'm not disputing that. Yeah, but I'm not disputing that. But what do you suggest we do? Come on.
Mate, I've just told you what you need to do. You need to get rid of your board and figure out some long-term planning. Stop doing this short-term fix stuff. Stop doing it because it's not the way forward.
It's not going to happen, though. We've got Pickford as number 1 for England. You can say get rid of the board. They're not going anywhere. So let's get out of, like, cuckoo land and let's go, actually. We need someone who's going to keep us in the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just keep on flirting with relegation for the rest of, like, for the next 10 years. Is that what you want for your club?
No, but it's a short-term fix right now, isn't it?
Yeah, but you've been doing short-term fixes for how long now? How long? How many times?
Yeah, you're quite right.
8 managers in 9 years. It's ridiculous.
Well, Lampard isn't the guy, is he? Lampard's not the guy. We're not going to go out this.
Lamps is only he's working with what he's got. He's working with other people. He's working with what's been given to him. He's been given a little bit of money to work with, but that was about it. He wouldn't bought Cody just to try and steady the fence. Cody can't play in the 4. He can only play in the 3, but you guys don't have enough possession for them to be playing in the 3. So he's always going to be exposed in the 4 all the time.
Frank Lampard is not keeping us up. He's not. Sam Allardyce has been there. He's done it, hasn't he? You can't argue with that. Yes, his football is dross. We can't deny that. It's rubbish. However, Lampard, if we keep him, probability is we're going down. You get someone in like an Allardyce or a Sean Dyche, they keep us up, and then we actually reevaluate, you know, and we write off.
Fair enough. If that's if you want a short-term fix again, that's on you. But I'm trying to give you. Well, we're trying to give you like future reference, like trying to look into the future and see what's going to fix you for the next 10, 15 years. And it's not just changing managers on rotation. And eight managers in 9 years is just nonsense. It's nonsense.
It is nonsense. I totally agree with you.
And if you go down with Lamps, at least he can come back and you can see where your future is. Okay, we need to build that. We need to do this. We need to do that to get back to where we were soon rather than later. It just needs a whole restructure.
So do you think a manager like Frank Lampard with 20% win percentage is worthy of keeping us up?
But that's where you're at now. That's just where you're at.
One win in 15 or something.
Who are you going to get? All right, who are you going to go and get in right now?
I've just told you.
Sam Allardyce. Is that the only option you have?
Sean Dyche.
Dyche, okay.
Right. Listen,
fair enough.
Why would Sean Dyche come to you?
Why would he come to us? Because we're historically we're a bigger club than.
No. Stop that. Stop doing that. Stop this historically thing. Stop that. Now, why is he coming now?
Because Everton have got some good players there who are clearly not performing to a level, and they're capable of keeping us in the league.
Your club's a mess. Your club's a mess.
Mate, I'm not denying that.
So why would he come?
You're just telling me the club's a mess. That's fine, but that's not a valid point. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but why would he come? Think from his point of view. Why would he come? Why would someone like Sean Dyche come to you?
Are you going to let me finish my point? Or are you just going to keep on saying we're a mess?
Go on, Geese.
We've got England's number one. We've got Tarkowski, Cody, Tarkowski, Burnley.
Yeah.
We've got Onana, Ben Godfrey. Our front players, shocking, but we've got Gordon, although he's not done it this season. Damari Gray looked pretty decent today.
I like Damari Gray.
You've got when he's fit, you've got Calvert-Lewin. So there's actually a base of a team there, and I think Everton, we have a squad better than three of the worst teams, if you get me, but we're just not performing to it. And Frank Lampard, as much as I respect him, I think, you know what, he did a great job at Derby. He wasn't that bad at Chelsea, but, mate, his time's done. And, yes, it will be a short-term fix under Allardyce and Dyche, but it keeps us in the league, and then you can reassess and go, right, this is what we need. And, yeah, let's put a plan. We get into a new stadium, and we invest in the youth a bit and give these guys a chance. But, look, the number one priority, which is a shame at the moment, is staying in the league.
No, I make you right.
When you joined the conversation, you said that you're in the car with your mates and your mates disagreed with you. What are they saying?
Yeah. Well, they're saying by Allardyce, no, when he was at our club were playing awful football. And my mate next to me saying we should stick with Lampard and see it through.
I think you should. I think you should. I really do think you should.
My question to him is why? Why should we? I'll hear your point now.
No, so listen, I hear what you're saying. So you want a new manager. You want Frank Lampard to go.
He just wants to stay in the Premier League. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to stay in the Premier League.
Okay, and he doesn't think Lamps is the man for it. Fair enough. So you go and get Sean Dyche. All right, cool. You go and get Sean Dyche. What if he can't do it? Then where does that leave you? Then you've just sacked a hard-working, honest man for the same result. And it looks like I think that's going to be the same result, because to galvanise that team, I think is a lot more than just who the manager is. I feel, anyway. That's just my point of view.